Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to meet a young woman with a very, very difficult life. The pain and suffering that this woman has to put up with on apparently a daily basis is truly shocking. So break out the tissues. This one's going to make you cry.
Hey guys, I'm Mac Watson. If you didn't know, now you know.
Well, hello. I'm Count Dibula. Nice to meet you. So what's on your mind today, Mac?
Today I want to make a video talk about subtle sexism.
Oh, okay. Well then, by subtle, do you mean things that rarely happen, or...
This is something that I have been encountering in my day-to-day life a lot recently.
Every day? Well, shit, that's terrible. So, why do you think no one else is talking about it then?
So deeply embedded in how we function as a society that a lot of the time we just kind of, glaze over them.
I see. So embedded that we're oblivious to it. Well, you took the time to make a video about it for us, so it must be some pretty serious shit then, right?
The little things, the weird, bizarre, kind of funny, day-to-day things that we as women have to deal with.
Oh, little things. Well, okay. Given your lead up, I was expecting this to be some huge, serious shit we need to deal with, but okay. Yeah, sure. I mean, little things can piss people off too. Kind of like when someone thinks sexism only happens to women, so yeah, I'm with you now. Go on.
I'm fucking sick of it. You're probably fucking sick of it.
Hell yeah! Damn right we're all sick of it. You go, girl. You lay it all out there and tell us how bad this shit really is.
Let's break this thing wide open. Talking about sports, I cannot tell you how many times I have been in a group of people and guys start talking about sports as if the women aren't even in the room.
Fucking hell! Someone was having a conversation that didn't include you? Those bastards! What the fuck is wrong with people anyway? I mean, clearly you're the center of the universe. They should definitely have known that. Those assholes!
So first of all, I probably know more about the Raptors than you do.
Yeah, probably. I'm not a basketball fan, so I couldn't give two shits about the Raptors, or that conversation for that matter.
Why do you assume that the girls don't want to talk about that?
Law of averages, Mac. Just law of averages, really. Most women don't want to talk about that.
And I don't think it's like a malicious thing. It's like, oh, girls want to be included in this conversation, but girls don't like sports. Wrong.
Well, no, it's not malicious. It's actually us being nice. You see, as I said, most women don't care that much about sports. So, to be nice, we try not to bore the shit out of you with those particular conversations. If you want in, and you're that sort of woman who does like that, then by all means, jump on in there. We don't mind. In fact, most of us kind of like it because you're talking about something we like instead of boring the shit out of us with the office soap opera drama shit that we couldn't care less about.
This happened to me countless times, like at a workplace, like you're at work in the morning and a group of guys are talking about the game last night. These are my buddies at work. They know that I am a basketball fan, but never do they include me in the conversation. And my opinion is couldn't possibly be valid because I wouldn't understand sports, right? Because I'm a dumb woman. I don't get sports. You have to explain it to me.
Hold on a second. Did you say these were your office buddies? And they know you like basketball? Okay, well, then that changes everything. First, you're mistaken. These are not your friends. As you said, they are office buddies. For men, that means something completely different than what you evidently think it means. Let me just clue you in here. For us, it means we tolerate you in the working environment and we interact with you politely because we have to. It does not mean we like you, or that we want to hang out with you, or that we really give two shits what you happen to think about any specific situation or topic. We tolerate you as nicely as we can because we have to. Based on what you just said, I'm guessing you think there's more to it than that. Secondly, if they know you like and follow basketball, but still don't want you in the conversation, then it's quite likely that they find you annoying and don't want you around them any more than you absolutely have to be for business anyway. Again, they're tolerating you. That doesn't mean they like you. And frankly, judging by your video here, I can see why.
Yeah, pretending girls aren't in the room while you talk about sports is not fucking cool. Especially if, you know, if these girlfriends or colleagues of yours have like made it clear that they're into sports and they want to talk about it. Or even they've tried. Like, I've tried to join into conversations, like talking about the basketball game the night before, and actually just got shut out.
See what I mean, Mac? Guys do not shut people out of a conversation if there are friends. We do that to people we find annoying, don't like, and don't want to interact with unless we're forced to. We're not women, Mac. Remember that.
And then there's guys that actually don't know anything about the sport, but they get included in the conversation because they have a fucking penis. Why is it that I've been watching basketball for most of my life, but because you have a dick, you're automatically more qualified to talk about the topic than I would be?
It's not about qualifications or a penis. This isn't sexism, Mac. They just don't find those guys as annoying as they find you.
Guys at the gym. Jesus Christ. So, like, I actually avoid going to crowded gym because it is such an uncomfortable place to be. In a weight room, a lot of guys, like, think that girls are, like, looking for their opinion on, you know, like, the exercise they're doing. What about me screams, please come over and correct my form and tell me how I should be doing this?
Well, if I had to take a wild guess, I'd say the first thing that screams, correct me, is that you were obviously not doing it right. That totally inconsiderate asshole just tried to prevent you from hurting yourself. That fucking misogynist.
My sister and I were at a gym together a couple months ago, and we had a couple weights that we were moving from one area to the gym to the other, and we had set our weights down, and literally we just turned around to like move our stuff, and we were about to go back and get them, and this guy just comes up to us and goes, you know, you need to put your weights away, right? What about that interaction like made him feel like a cool big dude? Like, is it like what? Like, someone explain that to me. Like,
he's an asshole, Mac. Gyms are full of them. Does that explain it for you, or do you need more?
Because here's the thing, he wouldn't say that to a dude. He wouldn't go up to a dude and say, oh man, you better put those weights away. Like, no, you'd only say that to a dumb girl at the gym who doesn't know how to use the gym properly.
Mac, yeah, he probably would say that to a dude. He's an asshole. Plenty of gym rats did the same shit to me when I used to go there as well. They live in the gym, so they think they own the fucking place. Nothing sexist about it. You're projecting that onto them. They're just assholes, Mac. Plain and simple.
Guys, if girls are working out in the same area as you, fuck off. Let them do their shit. You know what? If they're doing something wrong, fucking let them. It's not your job to come in and correct their form. Nobody has appointed you like Lord of the gym. Your duty is to come and make sure everybody's using correct form. Like, no. Mind your own goddamn business.
Well, I can agree with you there, but it's not just men. Female gym rats do the same shit. Not as often, I'll grant you that, but it happens. It's not a sexist thing, it's an asshole thing. If you don't want to deal with that shit, don't go to gyms. Simple.
Making fun of girls for being bad at technology, that's such like an easy joke. I don't know, like being like, oh my god, like, it's right there, like, how did you not like figure that out? It's right there. I had a guy say to me recently, explaining technology to you is like explaining technology to my grandma.
I'm gonna bet that you took that as a sexist thing. But what you missed there is the obvious. Age. He's saying teaching you is like teaching an old person who, let's face it, are notoriously bad with new technology because, unlike us, they didn't grow up with the shit. They've had to learn the shit along the way, and unlike you or me, no one taught them. They just sort of had to figure it out on their own. Personally, I'm incredibly bad with smartphones because I don't use them. So naturally, I don't know how to do all the fancy shit that they do because I don't fucking care. I don't use them, so never learned how. Some 12-year-old kid would probably be exasperated trying to teach me how to do that shit too.
That to me is just such a clearly gendered thing. The sky's blue, grass is green, and girls are bad at technology.
See, I just knew you were going to go the sexist route there. It's not. You are projecting that, Mac. Knock it off. Take off your sexism-colored glasses and try again.
It's like, I'm actually pretty good at technology. Like, I'm not an idiot with that stuff.
Evidently in this case you were, or he wouldn't have had to teach you how to do it. Just saying.
Even if I was a fucking idiot with technology, like, why do you need to, like, make it into, like, a girl versus guy thing?
He didn't. You did.
You can make fun of somebody for being bad at technology, but being like, it's like explaining it to my mom or explaining it to my grandma, like, again, I don't see you saying that to your guy friend. What the fuck? Like, not the 1950s, tons of women in, like, STEM jobs. Like, you have to shut the fuck up about that stuff now. Like, done. We're done.
Yes, Mac, they do say that shit to guys as well. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it doesn't happen. And yes, there are women in tech fields now. There are some pretty damn smart women out there, which is exactly how we know he wasn't talking about women, he was talking about you.
Also saying that girls are bad drivers. I was driving someone the other day and he goes, "You drive like such a woman." Thanks.
You're welcome. You know, for this one, I need context to understand his comment, because that could have gone either way, really. He could have been saying you suck at driving, or he could have been saying that you're very careful as a driver. I don't know if you've noticed, but women in general don't seem to be as aggressive behind the wheel as men do, and that's a good thing. They have fewer accidents, which is why they pay less for insurance. So, yeah, can't tell you what he meant without context.
Here's the thing. I've found in my life many times when I've tried to raise concerns about stuff like this to either male friends or boyfriends at the time or colleagues or whatever it is, a lot of the time it would just be completely dismissed as me being too sensitive or me, misinterpreting the situation.
Say what? I just can't imagine that. You've been totally level-headed about everything so far.
And I hear those excuses all the time.
You don't say.
And it never occurred to you that they might not be excuses.
So if you're a guy and your girlfriend or your friend or your sister or your daughter come to you and tell you that something shitty and sexist like this happened, I have a question for you. Why is your first instinct to dismiss it and defend the other guy?
It isn't. But then the women in my life don't come to me screaming sexism over stupid petty shit like you've mentioned here either. Could be why I have more trust in them than you, don't you think?
Guys, friends, brothers, boyfriends, husbands, dads, sons. If a woman in your life who you care about comes to you and tells you something like this has happened, maybe she's not overreacting. Because it's like that whole way of thinking feeds into a very dangerous one when the issues are bigger.
Yes, it absolutely does. Are you familiar with The Boy Who Cried Wolf by any chance? You see, Mac, when you repeatedly cry wolf over nothing, people stop listening to you. Then, no one will come running when the wolf does show up. So instead of trying to keep everyone running just to get some attention, maybe you should stop crying wolf until one actually shows up.
And I can tell you that because it's my reality every day of my life. And it's the reality of your girlfriends, your friends, your sisters, your wives, your moms.
No, it isn't. You see, Mac, the women in my life are smart enough to know when sexism is real and when it's just a bullshit excuse to claim victim points and garner some much desired attention. The women around me don't live with sexism goggles over their eyes.
If I tell you that a guy said some shitty comments to me, how about you just maybe try to buy it?
How about no? I never just listen and believe. I know, I'm an asshole. I'm terribly sorry.
What if you just said, "Damn, that sucks"?
Oh, fuck. Okay, let's break this down for you. Number one, because I'm not going to feed into your delusion. Number two, saying that confirms your delusion and locks me in as a believer of it. And number three, maybe the most important one of all, saying that only encourages you to keep talking about it, which I'd rather you didn't.
And what if you trusted me?
What if you gave me a reason to trust you? Remember the whole wolf thing just a few minutes ago? Trust is earned, Mac, not given.
Because then I wouldn't have to justify this shit again and again and again. It's already hard enough. We're already ingrained to doubt it. Like, oh, maybe I did say something wrong.
So, people have been telling you this shit your entire life, and you still think they're all wrong. Damn, Mac. I'm really not sure I can help you at all anymore. If a lifetime of correction hasn't fixed the problem, my little video sure as hell won't.
My friend was riding her bike home last night, and a guy yelled at her nice ass.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
How fucking horrible it must be to have some stranger admire some part of you. My God! I can't even imagine the emotional scars inflicted by such a traumatic thing.
Are you sure he said nice ass? Are you sure you didn't hear him wrong? Are you sure he didn't mean it as a compliment? Are you sure he wasn't yelling at someone else? Are you sure he wasn't talking to himself? It gets exhausting.
No shit. It really does get exhausting listening to you entitled whiners cry about compliments from strangers.
And it makes me not want to leave the house sometimes and just curl up in a ball on my couch and watch Netflix. And I just mean that honestly and truthfully, and I don't want to feel like I have to defend that to you or anyone.
Okay, seriously, time for some hard truth here, Mac. I don't care how you feel. And I don't care if you want to curl up on the couch all day and cower in fear because some random stranger might admire some aspect of your person if you went outside. In the world of things to be concerned about, your feels rank just below the fly I killed because it wouldn't stay away from my computer monitor while I was recording this. If these are the worst problems you have to deal with every day, then by all means, I'll trade you in a heartbeat, and you can see for yourself just how dead, brown, and shitty the grass is on this side of the fence. Well, there you have it, folks. Another entitled, egotistical, self-absorbed whiner who evidently is so oppressed because she doesn't have enough real problems in her life. She has to garner her victim points by complaining about some of the most trivial shit I think I've ever heard. I hope you all feel sufficiently sorry for her now. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.